Hey everybody, how y'all doing? There we go. Color looks good. Hopefully the sound is on. It should be. Yep, and it's getting my face in there. Very cool. We're gonna wait to really get going until some more people show up. We got for those of you watching the video on demand, what's in the box? We got a what's in the box from Hornby. Very cool stuff. We just check to see that everything's okay down here on the track. It appears to be. It appears to be. Still the magnet in it? No, it does not. How is everybody doing today? Yeah. Couple. I think there's 3 cars in here. We shall see. Power on. No, power is not on. Wait, yes, power is on. Dirty tires. Dirty tires. We got a cold day here in Pennsylvania. Cold and miserable. But I went out for a drive today. Had a good time. Took some photos. Hey, open. Yes, we will. Hey, Jim, Stuart. Hi, in Shift. Hello, Shift. Hello, Harry. Hello, Harrison. Hello, Patrick. That's a little better. Just amusing myself with some NSR Mercedes. And keep an eye on the power today. Got a cold day in the slot room here, and I don't want. Oh wait, there we go. A little better too. I don't want the batteries to go dead. It only turned that bad boy that way. Should be on me a little more if I'm standing here. Yeah, there we go. So how is everybody doing? Anybody doing any projects this weekend? Anybody working on the track? Did you see that my friend, your friend, that slot car guy is now in Austria? He and his family are there, and very happy to see him and that slot car kid out on the balcony of the apartment that they're staying in, the flat that they're staying in. They're staying the family, I believe. And glad to see them settling in on a beautiful snowy afternoon in Österreich. Yes. Good to see him hanging out there. What do we got here? Let's do this guy next, shall we? So, in case you missed coming in a little bit, hey, now there's some people. Hey, Defengers. Hello, Garth. Hello, Matthew. Hello, Asher. Hello, Lionface. Hello, Blue. Hello, Oscar. Cheers, Oscar. Thank you for showing up. We got a What's in a Box Hornby edition. So that means Scalextric, of course. And just commenting about very happy to see that slot car guy and that slot car kid chilling out in Austria today. The family is in Austria with Travis's family is in Austria with his wife's family, who are from Austria. And yeah, so today we will. I'm sure it's kind of going all different ways here, isn't it? Hello, John. Cheers. So today we're going to check out, in addition to some other things. Hello, XOBKCA. I can't read that. Anyway, cheers. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. We're going to be checking out the Piranha Motors, Piranha Slot Car Motors, or Piranha Slot Motors. There we go. Piranha. The Tech Inspector weight scale thingamabob. The Magnet Marshall, not a Magnet Marshall. Works well. I tested it. Just took it out of the box. Whoops. We'll turn that on in a second. Hello, Steve. Very cool. Thanks for showing up, Steve. I appreciate it. Yeah, we'll check that guy out. And we will check out the Scalextric edition of What's in the Box. Justin told me that he was sending me something. I think there's 3 cars in here. We shall see. We shall see together, because I'm not 100% sure what's in there. Revo slot, Supra in the house. Let's see how dirty the track is. I did clean off the track. Did give it a good swipe with Track Cleaner 5000. Everybody needs Track Cleaner 5000. It's a beautiful track cleaning implement, especially if you have Polycar track, which you really don't need to clean that much. Whoa, hey now. Okay, speed spit. A little less speed spit maybe. There we go. Supra. Really do like this car. So anybody working on any projects today? I went out for a drive. As I already said, if you're watching the video on demand, Dave's repeating himself. Yes, I am, but a whole bunch of new people just showed up. Hello, Kevin. Hello, GT40. Hello, Reese. So went out for a drive. Snowy, cold afternoon here in Pennsylvania, and I figured that I'd go enjoy myself this afternoon, and I did. It was a little slippery when I got up to the, there's kind of like, we're kind of in a valley, and then there's kind of like mountains near my house. Well, mountains. Yeah, they're mountains. They're small mountains. It's Pennsylvania. We're not talking Cascades or any of the big mountains here. So when you got up to the snow line, I kind of chickened out because it was pretty icy up there. So, because I got up a little higher. So, elevation here is about 900 feet, 800-ish feet, I guess, here in Hughesville. And when I got up to, I don't know, probably, I guess, another 500 feet or higher, or 600 feet higher. So, little less, 1,400 feet, 1,500 feet. It got really snowy, really icy, really fast. So, I just kind of pulled into a kind of a park access road that was near the road that I was on. Took some photos, turned around, came back down, and yeah, just hanging out, taking photos today. Did Sunday school with my wife. I help her out at Sunday school where we got a Catholic church, and we had a good time this morning with the kids. Watched a bunch of cartoons and did some projects. It was a lot of fun. Good kids. Lots of good kids there. And just doing the stream with you guys. And then I'm going to go make some dinner, watch a little more Netflix, or I'm hooked on this Amazon Prime. It was an Amazon series called Stargate Universe. Anyway, I don't know why I'm talking about this, but it's a cool series. One thing I did want to talk about before we kind of get going on What's in the Box is a bit of a rant, or a bit of a, I don't know, I don't want to call it a rant, but yes, the grip is great. Very cool. Glad you like it, Asher. So, today on one of the forums on Facebook, some guy who probably is pretty new, sorry if I'm adjusting the mic here, some guy that's probably pretty new to the hobby was asking about if he should get, or what wireless controllers were available for Carrera Analog. Now, the guy sounded like there are no, I'll get back to this. Jim, there are no 4-lane polycar tracks yet in North America. So he would have had to have built it, or he would have had to have bought the set, the drift set, and start with that and build onto it, which is a viable option as well. So this guy on the forum was on it was on Facebook. It was on one of the slot car forums there, was asking about how he can get analog wireless controllers. And then someone did a screenshot from a Carrera dealer of the 10115, which is the Carrera Analog Wireless Plus controllers. It's the Evolution, which means analog controllers. These controllers are internally identical. I forget if I have any more up here. Probably not. I think I got rid of all my Carrera wireless stuff because I'm not using it. Hello, John. Very cool. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. So this guy was asking, obviously this was a pretty new guy to the hobby, right? And I really never suggest people that are super new to the hobby to get like anything that's really expensive or involved with like if you have to do wiring for it, if you have to spend, $150 per controller plus wires, plus know how to wire something up, plus do this and that. I mean, you really have to, you have to be careful, guys, when you're suggesting things to new people in the hobby. You shouldn't suggest that they tear their whole brand new set apart, wire in new controllers, wire in an aftermarket power supply. These people just got into the hobby, for goodness sakes. You don't know that they're going to be interested in doing this 6 months from now, right? So when someone new shows up and someone asks a very basic question like this, the first question should be, kind of get a sense of how long they've been in the hobby. Okay. A whole bunch of people said, well, you can get these 10115 controllers, but they're useless, basically. They're bad sensitivity. They're this, they're that, they're the other. And they suggested a whole bunch of aftermarket. They like the True Speed controller, which you have to wire in this or that, hook it up. There's a lot of modifications that you need to do, I believe, to hook it up to Carrera Analog. Okay? New people in the hobby, don't tell them to spend another $300 or $400 on a set that they probably just bought, probably haven't even added any track pieces to. It's pretty, it's really, hey, James, cheers. It's pretty ridiculous to suggest to people that are brand new that they don't know if they're even going to be in the hobby in 6 months. They barely even know how to put the track together. Suggest this to them after you've seen people around for a little while. I mean, if you're in a message board, even on Facebook, you probably have a sense of who posts and how long they've been there, and look at the level of kind of question they're asking. And the thing, suggesting that people buy really expensive parts if they're brand new to the system, it's a really bad idea. Shotgun Dave. Is that actually Shotgun Dave? Shotgun Dave. Here it is, Dave. Shotgun Dave. If this is actually Shotgun Dave, my God, this is the man. This is the man, the myth, the legend. Shotgun Dave made this car. This is the car that I did the video about. This is the car that was made by Shotgun Dave for me. Come on, focus again. Damn it. There we go. And Dave made this car. Hey, Robert. Shotgun Dave made me this car because he thought it was cool that I had made a certain 57 Chevy for Carrera. And Dave made me this car. And this car has traveled with me when I've gone over to Europe, when I've been all over the US. This is a great car. And I still cannot thank Dave enough for the kindness of hello, Robert Bernhardt. for the kindness of making this car for me, because this was such a great gift, and he put a lot of care into this car. It's a beautiful little car, and it's one of my favorites. It's got a place of honor right on the top there. Hello, Andy. Yes. So, guys that just came in, we were talking about, and it's kind of Jim Carson. Yes, Dave. It's place of honor, place of honor. So it's, as Jim Carson says, and I was talking about this a little bit ago. So if you missed the beginning of the rant, someone suggested to someone that probably is very new to the hobby, they wanted a basic upgrade for their Carrera analog, which means evolution system. And a couple people suggested the 10115s, and the guy did a screenshot of the page from a dealer from his phone, and you could clearly see, if you don't know that the 10115s are, first of all, for analog, which they are, that you don't know that it's for evolution, which means analog, which it is. And then I got on there, and not that necessarily someone has got to know that who I am or whatever, but the guy basically read me the riot act saying, well, these can't be used for analog. Dude, it says it in your screenshot. Analog. You didn't even read your own damn screenshot. So anyway, yes, it is worth mentioning. Robert Bernhardt makes a good point. Carrera has yet again shot themselves in the foot. Do they have any feet left at this point? I don't know. As Robert Bernhardt points out, Robert, who is the B in LEB, that Carrera have apparently, now I haven't done a thorough search of their website, which is kind of crap, and it used to be a lot better when it was a separate Carrera America website. Apparently, they've removed all reference to any parts. The amount of stupidity here is just mind-bending and off the charts. It's why would you do this? You do this because you don't want people in the US being confused because you don't have parts available. Well, first of all, that makes all their cars disposable. And who wants a $60 plus, whatever they cost, disposable slot car because you can't get tires or you can't get a replacement wing and you can barely get a replacement motor? You can't get replacement gears, wheels, any of it. Chassis, forget about it. Although the chassis is, about a 6.5 inches thick on a Carrera chassis, you're probably not going to break a Carrera chassis. Anyway, yes, it's a toy. 3D printed. Yeah, but okay, 3D printed. Who in the wide world of sports that doesn't know that you can replace Carrera parts with good aftermarket metal parts from places like LEB? They're not going to go to a place to get 3D printed chassis that they have to then try to put plastic or the stock replacement parts back in. They can't get it. It doesn't make any sense, guys. As hobbyists, as enthusiasts, you know that. But the average person is the one that's buying the Carrera stuff. Just like that's the one that's buying the Scalextric stuff. You need parts for these to get no gears. There's no, these cars are disposable, and that really sucks because you can't get replacement parts unless you're a committed enthusiast or hobbyist and you know that you can replace basically everything in a Carrera car or a Scalextric car for that matter. Now, mind you, that might not be as easy as just replace the stuff, but you probably can. Hello, Weekend Drifter. Cheers, Michael, to you. You may not know. Hello, True Patriot. Hello, Don Young. Hello, Brian Brush. Yes, exactly. Hello, Jerry. Hello, Jim Cunningham. Jim Cunningham of Nomad, I assume. Hello, Area 51. Cheers. So Scalextric, I believe, will still import parts into the U.S. I believe this. I'm not 100% sure. While I worked for them, a couple of years ago, if dealers put in a parts order and you have to ask your sales rep for the parts list that they have of parts available. Now, I'm not sure that this parts list is still available now. You have to put in a replacement parts order with your sales rep, and you can get the parts as a special order from England, I believe. But that's the only way to get them. They don't have parts available. They don't have parts available, just like Carrera doesn't, because hello, Abo, cheers. Because hello, Chris. Yes, you okay. You can get now. I'm not 100% sure about this anymore, but I had a list that I sent to the dealers when I was a sales rep or marketing at Scalextric. There is a list that I had. Now I'm not sure that parts list is still available, active. I'm not sure that you can get it anymore, but there was a list. You had to do a special order. You had to commit to taking, I forget what the amount of parts was. I think there might have been a minimum order. I'm not 100% sure. Would be nice if there was somebody here from Scalextric. Hey, thanks everybody for showing up. I really appreciate it. So there used to be a parts list that you could get if you were a dealer. You talk to your sales rep, and your sales rep will give you the list, and you have to do a special order. And there you go. That's the only way, to the best of my knowledge, that as a dealer you can get parts that you then can sell. I'm not 100% sure that they still do that. I probably should check. I probably can check. No, I don't want to text Justin now, the guy from Scalextric that I used to work with, because he might not text me back because it's a work question. Anyway, we're going to do a what's in the box. AJMSR. Are you get that hitchhiker and smash it? Senior coverage of the UK Slotfest. Looks like mostly 132nd merchandise shows. If any shows like this in the US. So I do a list during my news each week. I do a list of the slot car shows that I get sent that are going to be in the US. There's not a lot of them, I'll be honest. And this is not by no means a comprehensive list, because if someone has a slot car show that they want to promote, I only ask one thing of them, that they send me essentially a picture that I can show from the show, like a picture, like a flyer, like a promotional picture that you'd say, hey, this is a slot car show. This is when it's going to be. This is the days, the hours, if you have to pay. That's all I ask. I don't ask for money. I don't ask for anything at all. So if anyone has a slot car show that they want to promote, you got to send me something. You got to email me something. I'm not going to be making up promotional materials for slot car shows that can't be bothered, quite frankly, to do their own marketing. Okay, some Scalextric cars here. 3 Scalextric cars, as I feared, as I expected. This is really cool. This is part of what's in the box, exactly. Thank you, everybody, for showing up. Steve Sweeney, cheers. You race with the slot car corner guys. Oh, in New Hampshire. Very cool, very cool. With Bob, probably. Bob's a good guy. This is the Pagani Huayra. Yes, you have to say it exactly like that. This is one of their super resistant cars, or whatever, low detail, whatever. I really like this car. Cheers Canyon. So this car is, yes, it's a lower detail car, Yes, it's a black window car, but this car I feel is completely appropriate to have as essentially a car for kids, right? This car is a cool Pagani. The body is super nice. This thing lacks for no detail. By the way, I can see there is an interior in there. So goodness knows why uh, they just didn't make this clear. There's an interior in there. It's molded. There's a dash. I can see there's a steering wheel, I believe. I just got this car out of the box. This is a beautiful Pagani. It's purple, not my favorite color for a car, but what do I know? It's got a good level of detail, I would say. I mean, this is a really nice, and I can't really get too close because of the light, but you can see there's a lot of nice shapes on this car, right? Um, look at that. Yes, a DPR door for all of those that like your DPR doored. So you're going to be able to put a digital chip in this car, and um, you would be, and especially since Scalextric is going to have digital chips in reasonably soon to certain dealers, I believe, because I know LEB is going to be getting there soon. This is, yeah, Batman symbol exactly. This is a really cool car. Yes, it's a lower detail car. Yes, it's meant for kids. Yes, it's a toy. These are all toys, by the way. We're not going to get hung up on that old argument, but they're all toys. This is going to be lower price. It does not have lights, but you can put a chip in it. You can have a lot of fun with this car. It is a beautiful little car, I think. Um, I like the one that was the Zonda um, a little more than I like the Huayra, but I don't know. It's a nice little car. So we're gonna do some laps with that guy. Pretty decent magnet on that one. How's the expansion on the track? I am not expanding my track any further. My track has pretty much reached the limit. I need a little bit of space here and there for things like my laptop there. And so, unless you're probably talking to somebody else, then there you go. Carry on the discussion. This is Jaguar. Okay. This classic Jaguar. I don't know why I'm saying it like that. I sound like a dipshit. Okay. It's a little bit off its base. Okay, this was who drove this? Oh, Adrian Newey of all people, of course. The E-Type Jag. It looks nice. It's not exactly on its base properly, but whatever. I don't know. Something about these, I don't know. Not a huge. Does the U.S. get any of the Aussie supercars? No, they don't, and I'll tell you why. The Aussie supercars are a special order, specially commissioned car by the Australian distributor for Scalextric. So Hornby as a company isn't really allowed to sell them anywhere other than to the Australian distributor because they commission all of them to go to Australia. While I worked for Hornby, I tried to get uh, them to sell us in North America some of the cars just to try, just not like, hundreds, but just, like 100 to sell in the US just to try, like 100 of each color. No dice. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't allow it because they all got to go to Australia. So if you see them in the US, it's because they were gray market imported back into the US from Australia. So there you go. Sorry for the snort. Jaguar. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a huge fan of the Jags. It looks pretty good. Um, The really unfortunate thing about this car is, and I guess there's really no way around this, it's a front motor car. Yucko. So you kind of need uh you kind of need to have the magnet in this guy. Um I don't know. I mean, it looks good, right? I mean, if you're into Jags, if it was a 356 Porsche, probably that would be a little a little more up my alley. But I mean, it looks nice. Yeah, there you go. Hey, grandson. Cheers. Thanks for showing up. I appreciate it. Grandson of man. Zooming back out. Look good beside a cheetah. Yes, it would. Yeah, where did I put my cheetah? I moved my cheetahs, one of my cheetahs back off of the table. Well, what year is this? I don't even know. Would that go with a cheetah? Nah, that sounds a little, this is a little earlier. What do we have here? I do not know. Boy, there's a lot of paper in this one. Hey, Bastos. Boy, this guy. I've had this car since last year. Jiminy Crickets, as the wholesome swearing people say. This car is dark. Good. Yeah, shut the front door. This car is dark. Wow. Meaning rude. What? Was I rude? I'm sorry. Cliff. Hello, Cliff. Smooth and quiet. Did I say something rude? Oh, okay. Okay. So yeah, I'm not I don't know about this one. Come on, get in there. So even under really bright light, and this is daylight balance, so this light is gonna be, this color is correct for what I see here. This is dark. I don't know if the real car was this dark. I could be wrong. That was way too tight, I know. I really love this mold. I think they did a really nice job on this mold. I had a 76. This is a 77, 70, or sorry, not a 77. This is a 78, 79 body, not the one that I had. Yes, this is red, but this is very, very, very dark. This is damn near maroon. Yeah, this we got a prototype of this one. Where would that be? Shit. Stop swearing, old man. Where would this be? Where would this be? Oh, it's back here. Ah. Okay. Well, that's a lot brighter. Yeah. This is oh boy. Okay. So check out this. Asher, they will be doing digital. I don't know when. They're working on a sort of a last prototype of their lane change fairly soon. So they are working on it. They will have it out. You can see the rude car. You can see how much lighter the prototype is that I have. I don't know, guys. Yeah, I'm not going to claim that I know this color exactly, but this is the prototype that Scalextric sent me last year. So this was, not a finished car by any means. I've done some lap tests with this. Oh, this is nice. It actually does have the production car has much bigger tires, which is good because these tires on this prototype are entirely too small. Yeah, the color, it's really dark. I gotta say, I don't, I'm not gonna say that it's right or wrong. but just from a preference point of view, and I'll zoom back out here so we can discuss. Just from a preference point of view, and that's a dangerous road to go down when you're just saying, well, it might be wrong, but I still like it. The prototype is much lighter. You can even see it just in the zoomed back version here. They got the prototype right, and the prototype is closer to the actual car. John Helton says, "Yeah, I mean, I'll take you guys' word for it. It's again, I've felt that this looked really good. It runs really well, and I'm sure this runs really well. I'm sure the production one actually runs better because the tires are bigger and there's probably a little more forward bite. We'll drive this one around because this is just the production car. So there you go. I really feel I don't know. I'm taking your guys' word for it. That this one, that the prototype is swap the body shells. Nah, I don't want to do that because this is a prototype. It's going to be worth money to somebody. Swap the tires over. That I probably will do because Lord knows you're not going to be able to get tires for this car. So yeah. Sidewinder. Let's take the production car out here. It's yeah. I mean, I gotta say, guys, if they got the color this wrong, I mean, over here where it's in the kind of even darker, like where my lights, Jesus, this looks almost brown even. Wow. Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'll have to take someone's word for it because I mean, the Bastos cars that I've seen over the years, yeah, it looks like the prototype colors, right? Yeah, I mean, Argonaut. I mean, I don't get why they would have changed it that much when they got it so close. Apparently, with the prototype, I mean, it's 30% darker. It's like it doesn't even. It's not even a nice shade of red. Anyway, okay, we're gonna do some laps with the brown Bastos car. Oh boy, Lordy. I'm not saying it's a bad car. Don't anybody yell at me. Don't anybody yell at each other in the chat either. We're not being terribly negative here. Soccer fun. Cheers. Hello, Robert. Hello. Oh yeah, Chris. I already said hello. Curbs. Cheers for showing up. Right out of the box. Oh well, it runs nice. Hello. What was that? Oh, that was the tie down. Yep. Always leave something on the track. Well, I mean, it drives nicely. Does this have any treads on the tires? No. Oh, these tires are actually fairly soft, though. That's nice for once. Ruined by a Davy car in the sunlight. Okay. I should run it with hello Bambi's TV. Run it without the magnet. I'm going to definitely do that. There you go. It's got a DPR door on the Camaro. See if there's anything different from the prototype I have here. Not really. The tires are definitely way bigger on the production version of the car, and the tires on the prototype that I have are freaking rock hard. Do you think they're overly critical? Do you think we are overly critical? No. Color on cars is not a hard thing to check when you're spending so much money producing cars. You need to get it right. Probably, I mean, this is a very known livery on a car, right? There have been many versions of the Bastos livery on cars all over Europe. They probably could have found a real Bastos livery car, if not this exact car, if not the real Bastos Camaro. and check the color. At worst, you could have looked at it on a computer screen and gotten the color from that. Probably. I mean, there's a lot of ways to get the color right. And you spend so much money and so much time and so much research doing. I mean, like every one of these sponsor decals on the car, I know because I've had to do this. Every one of these sponsor decals would have had to have been researched. You got to figure out exactly what the car looks like. I mean, this is a known car. There's tons and tons of pictures of this car. By the way, most of the pictures have this car with mini lights on it. Mini lights with the Trans Am wheel, not with interlaced BBS mesh wheels. So, I mean, there are a couple different liveries or a couple different years the car ran in. I think it's like European touring car or something like that, or British. No, it was European touring car. So maybe it had different wheels, or it did have different wheels on it. But why not just put Trans Am wheels on this car and use the Trans Am tires on this car, because you'd have a nice deep dish wheel that would be correct for sure on this car. Just put the Trans Am wheel from the Mustangs, from the Camaros, from I don't know if the Javelin used this wheel or not, but they use the Trans Am wheel, but they might have. Why not just use those wheels on this car? It used those wheels anyway. Jesus. So the Camaro runs really nicely. Hey, this is a quiet guy. Ooh, all right. Okay. I mean, it's got a lot of magnet, but it feels good. It feels like it's really being held down really heavily. But this is nice and smooth. It looks pretty good going around the track, too. This is a regular S-Cam. So this is about a 18, 19,000 RPM motor, which is pretty good for this car. Yeah, got the Red Bull on there, number 24. I am not going to try to take this apart yet. Certainly not on the stream. I may do, definitely going to do some photos of this car. And hello, Philip. Cheers. Hey, Vin. Yeah, I really. I don't want to see people. I don't want to say people don't care. Although I have said that in the past, haven't I? I don't know. I don't understand why these cars look. I don't understand why they look so different. I think it's unfortunate that they look so different. I don't know. I don't know, guys. It really is unfortunate. Even if you're just talking about it. Okay. Sorry. Anyway, there you go. The Huayra. I don't know why I keep saying it like that. This is a really nice little car. This is a car that you'll be able to get. Kids will know what this car is. This car is pretty lightweight. It does have an interior. It's got black windows, so you can't see it. But if you hold it up to really bright light, I can see an interior in there. But there's no driver There's no driver. Can you see me? Yes, there. There's no driver model. That's ridiculous. Why put the interior in if there's no driver? Why ask why? No lights, which we know. But this is a solid performing car. Yes, it's with the magnet. It's very, very quiet. I like this. I like it a lot. I got the first version, the kind of gold or yellow one. This is good. This is really good. I like supercars, hypercars. I love Paganis in real life. And here, let's do the Doppler effect. Let's get this guy. I mean, there's some gear noise there, but I mean, let's be honest here. It's not that bad. I do like the. There we go. I do like. I love this car for kids, right? Because this car is going to be cheaper. This car is going to be like 40-ish bucks, I think. Robert Bernhardt can reply if he's still here. I don't know if Robert's still here. Probably he's still here. He hangs out for a while. So this car would be a great car for kids. If you're into Paganis, this car does not lack for external detail. Okay. So even though it's a little cheaper car, there's a lot of nice detail on these cars. There is, like, for example, I'll get it around here. There's kind of a few levels of car that they make. Yes, offer mini lights. Okay, there you go. So there's a few levels of car that they make. So this is the start LMP car that they make, the yellow thing. And this was a car that is, it should have been about $20. I forget what they cost. Maybe they're $30. Hopefully they're not more than that. It's a one-piece body. There's a black window. There is no interior. And these cars could be great for kids. They could be an okay class for a club because it's a good, cheap car that you can race. So here you have kind of two cheaper cars that Scalextric makes. This one is exceedingly low detail. It's nice shapes. I like it quite a bit. This one, the Pagani, there's a lot of nice detail on here. It is much more basic livery on the car. So, there's definitely trade-offs, but it's a nice car. Guest car, exactly. Exactly. It's a great car for a guest. Because maybe they know what Paganis are. If they're a kid, they do. And, it looks damn good. Anyway. And this car is one of the start cars. Not a lot of dealers carry them, unfortunately. But this car, it's got the same Scalextric motor, by the way. Probably the same tires. It goes just fine. It would be, actually, it goes pretty well. Sand these tires up a little bit. It's got a magnet in it, of course. No DPR door, unfortunately. That's something I really kind of had a problem with. Hello, Mad. Hello, Mad. Looking at getting back into slots. Can I use Evolution Track with digital track? Yes, you can, because Carrera's straights and curves are just straights and curves. They're the same pieces of track that they use in Evolution, which is analog, and digital, which is digital, and 1/24 scale, which is essentially only digital now. So if you want to get Carrera track, and you're sure you want to go digital, the best way is, frankly, to buy a digital set. The best set that you can get now is a wired set. It's a pretty reasonably priced set that's got two really great cars. It's got a C8 Corvette, and what else has it got in it? Something new and racy as well. Two really good cars, but it's got wired controllers, so that makes it a little cheaper. And then you can add on to it by adding in track pieces, straights, curves. You can add another lane changer too, but you absolutely can. So what are also good for IROC racing? Yes, exactly. Really, really. This would make an excellent IROC class. And this is not a bad car. It's a cheap car, not a bad car, not a low price car, or no low quality car, I should say. Yes, so just the digital pieces, like lane changes, like the track connection piece. It's called the control unit. I think I still have one here somewhere. Oh, look, this is the okay. So here we'll do a little because I have a couple pieces of track here. It just happened to be. Yes, Jim, I have. I don't. It's a long conversation. Evolution track on sale for $159. Yeah, there you go. So yes, you could start with that and enjoy. So okay, basic pieces of track. Let's pretend this is a big piece of straight track. This is just a straight piece of track. This piece of track is, I think it's a third straight. A third straight, yes. So a regular full straight is probably, like that long. And this is the same piece of track you would find in an evolution set, in a digital set, and in a digital 124 set. They make a large scale track that they use for evolution, which is analog, and digital 124 and 132. This is just this is a curve. What is this? This is an old piece of track. This curve, which I think is the 450, it doesn't matter. This is an analog piece of track that you can use in digital and analog. It was the last, Jim, it was the last live stream. I don't have one of those Omnibox things. I'll talk about that in a minute. So you just got your answer. Okay. So curves and straight pieces work digital and analog, right? For digital, you can use, this is a lane change. This is a digital lane change. You can see the little flippy thing. Flippy. This is, hey, Clint. Cheers. Thanks for showing up. This is a digital piece of track. You can only use this in digital. You will find 135. Holy crap. Thank you very much, folks. Please give the stream a thumbs up. That helps YouTube find my channel and suggest it to people. 40% of all of the views that I get comes from YouTube suggestions. So it really means a lot for you to give the video or the live stream that you're watching now. We're live right now here on Sunday. That really helps me get views. I really appreciate it. So digital track pieces are only meant to be used digitally. Stop for a second before you say that I'm wrong. Robert, feel free to post the digital set. Hello, Blue Goo. The digital set that we were talking about, the one with the Porsche 935 Pikes Peak and the wired controller Carrera digital set, the cheap one you guys have. So digital track pieces are not what's called electrically isolated. So if you use this piece of track or any digital piece of track in an analog use, it can cause damage to this piece of track. Okay, guys? Because the track piece, the internals below this plate, under what's called the, like the warranty, whatever, blah, 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 there's a little hex screw under the sticker that, I'm not going to pick it off, but there's under the sticker in the middle that says warranty. Hello, Michael Santee. Under that, there's a little screw that you can remove, and you can see the wiring under here. This track, the wiring and the circuit boards and whatever are not meant to be used in an analog use case. If you do, you can damage this piece of track. The same with the Omnibox thing. So people say that you can use a digital to analog switch, meaning it's just a piece of track that you put in it's a piece of track and a box of some sort. I don't know what it is. It's not anything I need. It's nothing I'll ever buy or use or whatever. You should not use digital pieces of track in an analog setting unless you're going to rewire them to be electrically isolated. I don't know how to do that. I don't know exactly what that means, but I've been told by many, many, many electrically minded people that's how you say it. If they're electrically isolated, if you modify the lane changes, the digital pieces, yes, you can use them analog. I would not. The system is meant to be a toy. The system is on the ragged edge of having the proper amount of power for what you're doing. If you go below a certain voltage, lane changes won't work consistently. The pit lanes won't work consistently. The accessories won't work consistently. Over the 7 years I worked for Carrera, I saw endless problems with people thinking that they can, okay, I'm glad you addressed it, but the problem is when people who tell people online, oh yeah, you can do this, they don't tell them the second part, because either they don't know and they've had damaged lane changes, or they do know. In your case, you know, because you've addressed it. The average person won't ever get that far. The average person is going to buy a set and then try to maybe use an analog because they realize after they buy it that they can't race any brand of analog car on their Carrera digital set. That's the problem. So there's many problems with hobbyists telling people online, oh yeah, you can just pop out the digital part or pop in the analog control base and use it digitally. You shouldn't. And you shouldn't tell people that you can. It's irresponsible. And then people like me, when I worked for Carrera, I had to fix those problems after the fact when people were talking online who didn't know what they were talking about. And yes, no, the Omnibox, there's this thing called an Omnibox, I think. It's a digital to analog switch that you can just flip a switch and go from digital, Carrera digital 132 or Carrera digital, switch it, and then it switches the track into analog mode. The problem is the lane changes can't handle it unless you modify them. And that modification is not easy. Look, guys, most people that are in the slot car hobby can't even freaking solder. Let's stop telling them to rewire stuff if probably 90% of people who race slot cars can't even solder. Okay, there we go. Thank you, guys. Okay, so all three of these cars from Scalextric, I like them. I do like the Jag going around the track. Boy, this has got some big sidewells on this car. Whoop! On the Jaguar. So the Pagani is definitely a winner. I mean, if you're into modern cars, no soldering required. Okay, well, yeah, good luck with that. The average person, Jim, not going to be able to figure out how to do that. I'm glad you did. It is not responsible to tell people, oh yeah, just put this in and go do it. You're going to break stuff. You just are. This DPR chip is not in there flat. That's interesting. Just took this car out of the box. Yeah, I mean, the car drives really nicely. The Camaro, the new Scalextric Camaro, a little bit of gear whine, but that's typical with the sidewinders. The lights are nice, as you guys can see. But, yeah, I mean, this is dark. It's dark red. It's, yeah, I mean, it is really almost brown. Huh. Yeah, that's unfortunate. So, Shadow News. Okay. So, MR Slot Car Shadow News. I was talking to Ernie the other day. There's been a tiny bit of a delay. Maroon, yes, exactly. There's been a bit of a delay in the production of the Shadow. Not long. Let's not freak out about it. The car's still coming. The car from the prototype photos that we've seen looks massively cool. We'll get it. It's coming. Just only the Shadow knows exactly. It's coming. Not this second. It's still coming. Don't worry. You're freaking out, man. You're freaking out. Also, the 919, this is the SRC prototype they sent me. This is the zoom in on this guy. It doesn't make any sense to not to. So there we go. Get it placed, will you, chunky boy? This is the 919 from SRC. This is a prototype. This is a 3D printed prototype sample that they sent to me. There's the chassis that I believe will be the exact same design on the prototype. This car was sent to me as a gift. This was one of 18 cars. Well, so Blue Goo, they're going to make more cars. Don't worry. More cars coming soon. The cars sold through. If you want cars from SRC, you can go on their website now and order parts to make one of the Toyotas. They have pre-painted bodies. They have white kits still available. So you can make, they have decals still available. Decals, whatever you call them. Still available. So you can go to src.es and make your own car. They have certain bodies available. It is 3D printed. This is a prototype. This is a true prototype. This is a car that they sent to me as a gift. I put some of the parts to make this a functional car into it from a Toyota kit that they sent me. So this is the motor from the kit, the rear wheels from the kit, as you see there. Wanted a Toyota? There you go. Yeah, so src.es, and you go to the parts area or replacement part. I forget exactly, but you can make full cars. My friend Van LaPointe from Canada just made a car. Ice cream. Oh, man. It is gorgeous. Exactly. And this car is far too low. I just made it go. This car is dragging the track. The front, the axle needs to be adjusted. And I actually broke. Mind you, this is one of 18 of these that will ever exist. And this is a 3D, very brittle car. And I broke it. The front body mounting point is right here. And I was tightening up the body and it snapped partially. So I immediately thought better of actually racing this car. I was going to take it up to a friend's house and actually race it, but I didn't realize it was going to be an actual prototype and so crazy fragile. So this car will be released, and here's the news. Second quarter of this coming year. Second quarter, guys. The 919. That is exclusive news right here on Slot Car News, which is sponsored by LEB Hobbies. LEB, I believe, will be carrying SRC. Hopefully, there you go. Open up. Oh, you need Polycar track. Getting started here. Yes, please go to LEB Hobbies. I believe they have Polycar sets still in stock. I would encourage you to get your Polycar set there. They support me. They have lots of Polycar track available in stock right now, so you can make a 2-lane track, a 4-lane track, or a starter set, a really big track. There's a lot you can get. So yes, there will be a Shadow. The Shadow is coming next year, early next year, I believe, from MR Slot Car. The 919 from SRC, second quarter. You hear it here first. Put it over in black so I can see over in the black area. Second quarter of next year, of 2023. Put the Jaguar back on here. So, yeah, this car feels like it's got a really fast motor in it. And of course, don't drop it. It went off. Nice blue light back here. I got another light. And my wife is getting me a fourth light, which I will put up over here. Can you see me? Yeah, you can see me. I'll put up over here so it'll light up this kind of darker area of my track just to get everything a little better lit, because that's what we like to do around here, is light things. Yeah, the Jaguar is okay. I'm not a huge fan of Jaguars, so I don't know. You know what we'll do, guys? I'm going to give this car away. Yeah. Share, if you're a Facebook person, share this live stream on Facebook, and you got a chance to win this car, this brand new Scalextric car. I'll give it away. What the hell? There you go. Somebody. Oh no! Oh, it's still there. Okay. Thought I lost thought I lost it there. So all you got to do is click the there's like a little arrow button that's like the share button. So just share it on Facebook, and there we go. If you're not on Facebook, I'm sorry. What can I do? If you are on Facebook and you want to win the car, share the stream. I appreciate it, guys. I didn't have a whole heck of a lot of news this last week to talk about. I'm sorry about that, but it wasn't really too terribly much. There was a bunch the week before, that's for sure. And there's going to be a lot more. There's going to be a bunch more Scalextric cars and Carrera cars coming in. You know, right here at the very end of the year, beginning of early next year. We're going to get a whole bunch of NSR stuff showing up soon. The really beautiful, holy crap and beautiful, John Player Special Formula One cars from NSR are going to be coming fairly soon. Those look gorgeous. There was just a few NSRs that did show up, and it's, you know, I've said it before, I'll say it again. We're in a really great time in the hobby, guys. We got a lot of options. Hello, Mark. Thanks for showing up. Smart Race. Cheers. We got a lot of options for slot cars now. A lot of good options. There's no really bad options. There are better choices, for sure. But, you know, if you want a very basic slot car track or slot car, you can get it. If you want a really involved car, you can get it. If you want really great aftermarket parts, you can get them from the hobbyist end of things. That's unfortunate that, you know, cars like this, the Scalextric car that just showed up to me, if I were to break this car in any way, shape, or form, it's disposable, essentially, because there are no parts. How stupid is... Okay, sorry. Any more news about the secret NSR? No. I've not asked. I'm not gonna get the answer. I've asked kind of off the record if I can get an answer, but I don't really like to push, honestly, because they'll tell us, and I'll find out with everybody else, and we'll talk about it on the stream and talk about what a terrible idea it was or a great idea it was. I'm sure it's going to be a great car, because I wasn't, honestly, and I'll be honest with you here, I wasn't really super, and I'll show you the car. It's a C8R, could be a C8R. I'm not a huge fan. There you go. Well, quick, hot topic, quick take. I am not the world's biggest McLaren fan, right? The shape of the car, I don't know, just something about the McLaren for me just doesn't really, I don't know. But, and I got to zoom back here because I don't want anybody to mistake what I'm about to say. But this is a hell of a car. These are great fun to drive. They're really good to drive. It's a solid performing car that I'm really glad NSR made. And it took getting them in my hands to really enjoy the thing, because I thought, it's a McLaren. I've seen McLarens. It's probably a very good car. It's a fantastic car. So, you know, it's kind of prejudging what someone might do is a little. You got to watch. You got to watch out. That's all I'm saying. It's a beautiful car in every possible way, though. The finish on it, even just the club kind of colors. LEB has those in stock. The club colors, there's 4 colors that they made. This is a great car. Really great car for a club to start with. Oh, yeah, it is a beautiful car. I've gotten a lot of support from the Buy Me a Coffee. Buy Me a Coffee is a tip service that I use. And if you want to throw me $5, if you want to throw just a token of appreciation, if you will, for the work that it takes, the expense, quite frankly, because yes, I've had help with some of what the stream does here, but it's been a lot of expense, trust me, aside from just what you see. Hello, Canyon. Cheers. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much for the $10 tip. You're the man. So I appreciate it, guys. We're going to stop here. Please give the stream a thumbs up. It helps YouTube show my content to people, because 40% of all of my views come through YouTube suggestions. How does YouTube suggest content? YouTube suggests content because people give the stream a thumbs up. That is almost all of how YouTube suggests content. Whether people react, not just watch, but react to the stream by giving the stream a thumbs up. So it does make a big difference. Every thumbs up does. Thank you very much. I really appreciate it. I have, we're out of football season now for my full-time job. So things will be a bit more normal for me as far as work goes. I'm going to try to do an extra video a week at least. I may do like a kind of a test and tune or a test drive where I go a little more, show you the ins and outs of maybe the Pagani, because I think it's a cool little car. Shotgun Dave, I'm really glad you stuck around. I'm really glad to see you back. I honestly am. It really means a lot. You're a good guy, and I really appreciate having you around. And yeah, cheers, everybody. I hope everybody has a good rest of your night and a good week. Please watch my news on Friday. And I can't thank you all enough. See you all again soon. Stay safe.